Hello everyone, welcome back to the Cloud 13 Pro YouTube channel. In this video, I will be sharing about sniffing in the network and how you can prevent it. For this video, I will be using 3 VMware. One is the Windows 10 file server. This machine will be acting as a file server where you can have a FTP server installed on it. The second machine is the Windows client where you have a user will be accessing the file to the FTP server by entering your username and password. And the third machine, I will be using Kali Linux to do the packet capture, to do the sniffing, to get the username and password from the client. What is packet sniffing? It is a process of monitoring and capturing all data packets that passing through the network. So the person who done the sniffing will be able to see the password entered by a user in a clear text. In this demo, I will be showing you a user is trying to upload a file into the FTP server, which is my Windows 10 file server. Do you know which port FTP is running on? If you are still not sure yet, FTP is running on port 21. There are two types of sniffing. The first one is passive, and the second one is active. As the name suggests, passive monitoring does not require the attacker to inject any traffic since the packets are already being transmitted over the network. The example for passive sniffing is when you are connected to a Wi-Fi. Without sending any data, the attacker can use a packet sniffing tools to capture and analyze the traffic sent over the network. Another example is when a network still using a hub. As how hub works is it will broadcast the data to every connected device. While for active sniffing, the most used case is in the switch network base, where the attacker will inject traffic into the network to flood the switch. Wireshark is the most widely used tools for packet sniffing. It enables the network interface to operate in promiscuous mode. By the way, what is promiscuous mode? It is a setting for the NIC to make it accept all the packets on the network segment. So by default, if you are using a Wireshark, the promiscuous mode has been enabled, but you can verify by opening the Wireshark, select the interface that you want to verify, go to the capture, click options. As you can see here, the promiscuous has been ticked. As I mentioned earlier, by default, all will be enabled. Now, I'm going back to my Windows 10 file server. I will set up a FTP. So you can go to the control panel, click on uninstall program, click on the turn Windows feature on or off. Look for Internet Information Services. For me, I have enabled it, but if yours is not yet enabled, you can click inside. There will be FTP server. If you click on the header, the detail will be automatically clicked. Click OK. If this is the first time that you install, you will require a reboot after the installation complete. Once you have installed completely, You can go to the IIS or Internet Information Service Manager. It will open the IIS Manager. Click on the FTP authentication. Make sure you enable the basic authentication and disable the anonymous authentication. The reason is we will require a user to enter their username and password when they are trying to access the FTP server. Next, click on the site, right click and add FTP site. You can put any FTP name. For example, I put FTP server and specify where do you want to keep the file or the folder. I have created in my C drive a FTP folder. Click OK. Next, for here, we just choose no SSL required. Next, make sure you did not untick the anonymous checkbox and then click finish. The next step is to allow FTP authorization. Click on the FTP authorization icon. Click add allow rule on the right corner. For this demo, I will be using allowing all users, but you can specify certain role or user group if you want, or you can also specify certain user only. Then on the permission type, remember to tick on both read and write. Click OK. Okay, so I have completed set up the FTP server on my Windows 10. Now I will be going to my Windows 10 client. I will be checking the IP address. Okay, my IP is running on 172.16.2.129, while my file server running on 172.16.2.128. They are all running within the same subnet, including my Kali Linux. So my Kali Linux is running on 172.16.2.130. So all running on 172.16.2 subnet. Okay, let me close this one. So what I will trying to do is now is I will capture the packets, and when the Windows 10 client try to log in using their account, I should be able to capture all the traffic here. Okay, let's start capturing by click on the blue icon here. Start capturing packets. Okay, so my Windows file server is running on 128. To access FTP, we can just open File Explorer and then type FTP followed by the IP address, which is 128. Okay, then it will prompt for username and password. I key in my username Win10 and I key in my password VPN123. Okay, and I click log on. Okay, I have successfully logged into the FTP. Now I will upload the file. You can upload the file by simply drag and drop. Okay, so it has uploaded successfully. Now let's go check to the file server. Open the File Explorer. Remember just now we had created the file under the C FTP folder. Yeah, you can see now the file has been successfully uploaded by the client. Now we go back to the Kali Linux, press stop. Okay, you can see there are so many traffic has been captured, right? But we just want to be specific username and password. Okay, we can see here the client, which is 129, is trying to access the file server, which is 128. So it is sending sync and then the 128, which is the file server, return the traffic to 129 by returning sync ACK, and then there's a ACK, and then both PC start to communicating, and you can know that trying to access FTP server. See the next line. Then they're asking for username. If we can see, then the prompt for password required. Okay, so it looks like the first one was login failed. That's why the FTP prompt the login page again. As you can see here, that 530 user cannot log in. Remember, we disabled the anonymous user, the anonymous login. So if you don't enter the username and password, the login will be failed. So the next step is I try to log in again. There's a sync act, sync act, and then it's ask for password. They know it's the FTP service, and then I enter the username is win10. You can see here user win10. Then the next return is the file server is asking for the password, which is password required. And you can see here from my Windows 10 client, go to the destination is the file server. I enter the password is VPN123. So what have you learned from this tutorial? We can understand that when you are trying to access the file server and the file server is not using any TLS or SSL certificate, the data passed within the network will be shown as a clear text. Even the destination and the source are communicating each other, but with the promiscuous mode from the Wireshark, I can capture all the username and the password, including all the other traffic. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you learned something. Please help to click like button. If you don't like, please also help to click the like button. And remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.